Let's bring in Tim Cowlishaw, Dallas Morning News columnist, Around the Horn contributor. Tim, have you ever been to Jerry Jones's house?
Dan, thank you for having me. I drive by the Jones Manor frequently. He lives about 1.5 miles from where I do. That's not to suggest we live in the same neighborhood.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I live in my townhome on one side of Turtle Creek. He lives in his, whatever that is. I assume it's a beautiful house. There are so many trees, you really can't see it from the street.
Do you have details on the sleepover?
The only details I have are that it may not have happened. So I don't want to.
Whoa!
I don't want to. And I did use the word may in there.
You are the Woodward and Bernstein of sleepovers here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that really happened. I don't know that it didn't, but I've been told that it may not have really happened.
Okay. Do you believe that Jerry fell in love with Mike McCarthy at first sight?
No, I believe he fell. As easy as that is to do, Dan, I believe he fell in love before that. If you go back in time here about a week to when Jerry said he didn't care about the process being quick, he didn't care about other teams, he didn't care who they're interested in, that kind of told us, okay, he believes he knows who he is going to get. Now, we all mistakenly ran off in the Lincoln Riley, Urban Meyer direction when it's probably as simple as, hey, Mike McCarthy may interview with other teams, but his agent knows the Cowboys are coming after him, and he's not going to take anything until Dallas talks to him. So I think they had, because they interviewed two people, obviously they interviewed Marvin Lewis. Hate to say it, that satisfies the Rooney Rule. Maybe they had some interest. I doubt it.
Yep.
But then they interviewed Mike McCarthy, and they don't do anything quick around here. We saw how long it took, to just announce that Garrett was gone, and then on Monday morning they had McCarthy. So he may have done an excellent job in the interview, but I think their mind was made up, or they would have brought in more people.
But I know that I criticize Jerry a lot, but in this case, I look at him and say it's the owner and the GM, and usually those are two different people. It's the same person, but two different personalities. It feels like Jerry made for lack of a better the safe choice here, a conservative choice. It's not sexy. We were looking for Urban Meyer or Lincoln Riley, but that doesn't mean that they were the right choices here. He still has control. If Mike McCarthy's there, he wouldn't have control if he had Urban Meyer in there. And Lincoln Riley, I think, is better off at Oklahoma. So I don't know if it's the right choice. I think it's a smart choice to not go with the shiny object there. What do you think of that?
I said I had a thumbs up for this, and my thumb was at about 10 o'clock. So it's leaning a little bit, but it's not straight up, but it's a surprisingly conventional choice for Jerry Jones.
Now, why are you waffling? Why did you waffle on this?
Because, they clearly didn't. They did it so quickly. Whatever it was that caused things to really fall apart, not only with the team, but with Aaron Rodgers, they didn't have time to explore that. So they're basically just saying, we don't care. We don't care that he won a Super Bowl early and then never got back to one. And coached like Jason Garrett in the NFC Championship game against Seattle, made a bunch of mistakes there. We're just going to take him based on his resume. The resume is great. 9 straight playoffs is great. A Super Bowl ring is great. But why did it go so badly? And why did McCarthy feel this could be a good thing? But why did he feel he needed to form this whole analytics team and tell the world, hey, I'm Mr. Analytics now? He's basically saying, look, I know everybody thought I was a boring, kick field goals from the 1-yard line, punt on 4th and 2 at my own at 50-yard line coach. I'm going to change. Something compelled him to make that change, and I don't think the Cowboys really explored everything that went on with him and Aaron Rodgers.
He's Tim Cowlishaw, Dallas Morning News columnist and star of Around the Horn. Do you think they kicked the tires, though, on Urban Meyer and Lincoln Riley?
I think they did on Lincoln Riley, and I think they were probably told, once again, Lincoln Riley is fine where he is. And that may have happened a couple of weeks ago or some time ago after he was done. He may have called them at halftime of the LSU game and said, "Despite what you're watching, I am staying. I am going to endure this."
See, I thought that Lincoln Riley needed to have an extra day before this decision was made, so he could have called a press conference to say he's taking his name out of the running for the Cowboys. So then it looks better. This was just like, oh, they just breezed right by your exit off the highway.
Yeah, they didn't even. You're not getting any extra money out of this one.
I still go back to when Jerry Jones said Jason Garrett is going to be coaching in the NFL next year. Yeah. He didn't say with the Cowboys. Do you think Jason Garrett is coaching in the NFL next year, Tim?
Boy, if that's your Jerry Jones, I got to say. Let me just say this. Well, he's not going to be at what's left, Cleveland and Carolina. Well, the Giants, but I don't think. No, I don't think he will be. I think he'll take a year off. I think he'll be like, not to say he has the same record, but sit out a year like McCarthy, and then when this happens next year, there's 6 new openings. 2 of those teams will be interested in you, and you'll get one of those jobs. I'd be surprised if these teams that have already conducted 3 or 4 interviews each are going to jump in on Jason. Although, the rumor was back in November, that the Giants were interested. So I suppose he could still get in the running there. But I assume everybody here kind of assumes, perhaps wrongly, that Matt Rule is going to end up with that job.
Tim, it's great to talk to you. Are you on Around the Horn today?
I am, Dan, and I'm looking forward to if I win twice a month this year, I'll get to 500. So that's a real push.
But you'll never catch Woody, right?
Not without something awful happening that I won't even get into. What would have to happen? He would have to stop making appearances. That's what would have to happen. We could just say he'd have to find another show. No, I am ensconced, as we like to say, in the sports writing biz, in that number 2 spot.
Is Woody
very solid number 2?
Is Woody Page the Tom Brady of Around the Horn?
Man, I guess he is, but what if that means I'm Belichick?
No. You're quarterbacks. You're not. You can be
we're
like
all quarterbacks.
Favre.
What am I? So I'm.
You're Favre.
Favre?
Yeah.
I'll be Favre. I'll live. I can live with that.
Yeah.
I can be number 4.
Keep your head up.
I can deal with it. Yeah, it's now you've got to depress me. Now I realize that I could win 15 shows a year for 7 years, and if Woody wins any shows at all, I still haven't caught him.
Why don't you call your shot that you're going to win tonight?
All right. I think I got this one because I got a good FaceTime plan. So I think it's going out. I'm pointing right now. You can't see it. It's radio, but I'm pointing. I'm pointing right now.
All right. Well, God's speed, and I wish you luck, and we'll be praying for you.
I know you will.
Thank you, Tim. That's Tim Cowlishaw. He called his shot.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.